In a sandbox world where the only limit is how much time you're willing to invest in one's own creative aspirations, including their desire to see those visions realized. Having one mistake be the end of the entire story rather than just the beginning of the next chapter has prevented me from cultivating the world I so badly want to bring to life. But today, those shackles are shed, as we are going to be beginning a world where there will be no deathbed. This is my Minecraft Forever world. Oh, hey, I did not see you there. How long were you standing there, by the way? Actually, it doesn't matter. Don't tell me. I'm gonna go play Minecraft now. If that's okay with you, I'll see you in the world. Yeah. Okay. That was so awkward. So this is it, huh? I mean, I guess we'll start out the way that any world starts out, hunching down our first tree. It feels so nice to not have to fear dying in this world. It's probably gonna take me a little bit to get used to that. And you know, not to speed run the early game or anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and get stone tools immediately. Then I shall go ahead, make a pickaxe as well as an axe, because I am not chopping this down without at least a stone axe. I also have kind of conflicting thoughts about the spawn of this world. On the one hand, I don't want to do anything to make it ugly, because we'll have to look at it forever. But at the same time, we have forever to then change it or fix it, make it look better. So if I were to just build a couple farms in the area, I could always tear them down later when I don't need them. Also, I hope you guys did not mind the kind of over-the-top intro. I was just having a bit too much fun with it. I do kind of plan on building somewhat near spawn, so I don't exactly want to wipe out the population of wildlife. Though in this, beds are actually more useful in my opinion, because we can actually change where our spawn is gonna be. And I'm seeing a ton of sheep in this area, so I think I might just go ahead and get a little bit of wool. Congratulations to me, I have now beaten Minecraft. Now I don't have to deal with nighttime or phantoms, which I'll be honest, part of me wants to just disable them completely, but I won't. There goes the first night. We did not have a full first day because I was still setting up a bunch of stuff before I started recording. I do want to keep this world as vanilla as possible. Obviously, we do have shaders, and I have a couple of resource packs that change just a few things. Like for instance, this bush is very three-dimensional, and it looks very nice. But we are trying to stick to vanilla here. And that's because for me, it's just more enjoyable to watch someone playing vanilla, because then everything that you watch them create, you could also create. And to me, there's just something nice about that. Speaking of building though, I do know what I want to do for my starter base, and it's gonna be a little big. And yes, I'm aware that that's an oxymoron. Now, I'm not the kind of player who's gonna make these massive mega builds every single episode. At least I don't think that I will, but I want to make sure that we are set up for success. So just to give you an idea of the scale that we're working on, I calculated out how much materialage we're gonna need, and not counting any other blocks, just sand. I'm going to need over 2 double chests filled with it. I also think I am going to settle in this area. We're pretty close to spawn, and it would be kind of cool to have water surrounding us on most sides, but it's not completely an island. You know, I built my starter base on an island in my hardcore world, so I gotta change it up a little bit. So I think I'm just gonna spend a good chunk of time chopping down a bunch of these trees. That way, we'll be able to get a better idea of the land that we are working with. All right, I think I may have gotten just a bit carried away here. As we can see, the forest is no longer a forest. It is gone. Well, except for this, which I'm saving until I have shears because this is a way to get free vines without having to find a jungle. But don't worry, I transplanted the entire forest into a wooden box. Trust me, the forest is very happy. And you know, dried leaves, kind of a cool addition, some extra detailing. However, what do I do with all this? And for that matter, all of this. And there's still so much of it everywhere. I do have one plan for it, and it is a composter. Though for that, I am definitely gonna want some hoppers so I can automate the process. And speaking of getting hoppers, I think I've spent enough quality time with stone tools at this point. So now, I'd very much like to upgrade to iron. I did notice that we have a village pretty close to our base, and while I can't quite make an iron farm yet, I would like to try and secure some of these guys to keep them safe. So you, sir, in the boat. And you know what? I'll take this to go. That is one villager secured. Ooh, we get a free bundle and also another villager. Oh, this is the 3-for-1 special. Just gonna make sure no baby zombies can get in there. Oh my gosh, there are so many iron golems here. I really don't think I need to protect these villagers. They have done it themselves. That means these villagers already know how to produce iron. So my farm is gonna be even more efficient because that is definitely how that works. But I have had a genius idea. I tried to move all the beds in the village into this one house. So most of the village is now inside of here, meaning I can just seal that up, and I've saved so many villagers for myself, for their sake, of course. With that taken care of, I think it's time to go mining. We're on day 23 in this world, and I'm about to go mining for the first time. Ooh. Okay, there's just a few mobs in here. That's fine. I mean, I have leather pants, so I take practically no damage. Oh. Hey, buddy, you don't want to know what just happened. This is why I have dirt here, to protect you from that. I'm going to quickly try to gather up all the coal in this area because underground, you don't find too much of it. And if I don't have torches, you guys won't be able to see anything. Oh. Here is our first piece of iron. Oh, look at my welcome home gift. A spider jockey. Oh boy. Sleep faster, sleep faster, sleep faster, sleep faster. You stupid child. Get away from me. Oh my gosh. My home is not a safe place. So I still need about 10 more iron, but I realized I don't need to mine it. Now I have enough iron without even having to smell any of it. That is so much more efficient than mining. It has come to my attention that we need redstone for this iron farm. So I crafted ourselves an iron pickaxe, as well as some very fashionable iron armor. Once I have about 12 redstone, I think we can make the entire farm. So I just need to find a safe looking cave entrance. At second thought, we don't need it to be safe. There's some. And I don't know if you can see, but it's being guarded by 2 skeletons. Oh, 1 skeleton. But I am so much better equipped now. I might actually do a bit more mining while I'm here. Just joking, I already ran out of torches. Wait a minute. There's a cat right here, right there, which means it wandered here all the way from the village. Okay, we're about to have an ADHD moment. I need to try and tame that. There it is. Come here, little guy. How do you always know to walk away from me? Come here. Come here. I'm right here. But if I walk towards you, you get scared and run away. But if I sneak walk towards you, I walk too slow and I can't catch up to you. Oh, wait a minute. What did I do? What did I do to scare you? I'm literally crouching and turning as slow as I possibly can. Come here. Okay, here we go again. It's right there. But if I move, it's gonna run. Come on. Come on. I'm moving as slow as I can. Oh, excuse you, it's going nighttime. We're gonna die. Why is this actually one of the hardest things in this game? If I ever catch this thing, I have the perfect name for it. Oh, look who's gonna run away, all scared. Come here. I can't look at you. Come on, just be my friend, please. Thank you. Okay, now you stand up. Follow me. We need to get to safety. Oh boy, that's not safe. This is not safe. It's opposite of safe. This is my boy Odysseus, because it led me on a freaking odyssey to catch it. Oh, again? You know how many of these I had to deal with when I was clearing out this area? I wasn't able to fight any of them because they would have destroyed me with no armor. And they might still kind of destroy me. Oh, one of them has pierce. One of them has pierce. No, 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 please. Oh my gosh, they're camping in the water and I can't even get to them. Why did two of them have to spawn with piercing crossbows? Oh, mutiny. And now I have a piercing crossbow. The fact that there are a bunch of eggs laid by chickens over here tells me that this is probably my spawn chunk, or at least one of them. So this is where I want to build my iron farm. It's not going to be permanent and it's not going to be too pretty, but I do want to have it running all the time without it needing to be right next to what I'm building. And since I think this is the chunk that I spawned in, I'm going to build it in this chunk. Don't you love when you have all the materials perfectly planned out ahead of time and then you can just go right to work, build the whole thing in one go? Yeah, that's not at all what happened here. I forgot so many materials. And then dealing with villagers is always a really fun time. But theoretically, as long as this is indeed one of our spawn chunks, then this should keep producing no matter where I go. And at some point, I am going to come back and make spawn look pretty. So this is not staying here forever. But I wanted to make sure, or at least try to make sure that the landscape isn't going to allow for iron golems to spawn on it. So now I'm going to AFK for two reasons. One is to just get some iron. And the second is just to make sure no iron golems spawn outside of this farm. Well, we are in luck as it seems no iron golems have spawned down here. I genuinely don't know how long I AFK'd for, but we have ourselves a good bit of iron. The real test is going to be heading back towards our main base area and seeing if this still produces iron, which of course we won't know the answer to for a little while. Now, I do want to slow down just a little bit, not necessarily in terms of progress, but rather in terms of how I'm showing you the progress. As I feel like so far we have just jumped from time lapse to time lapse, which to be fair, you've probably all seen the beginning of a Minecraft world so many times by now. However, maybe this isn't the best time to bring you along for the ride, as I think the next step I'm going to tackle is removing another whole layer of grass from basically this entire area. I'm just going to slap some music or YouTube videos in the background, and then once I'm done with this, we can go check to see if our iron farm is in fact in a spawn chunk. So I shall see all of you guys in now. It's done. Well, kind of. I had said that my plan was to remove a grass layer. I did that for about 30 to 40 minutes and then realized I don't really want to do that. So instead, I added a grass layer to this whole area. Now we're going to use the fly cam for a second here. As we can see, it looks very boring and flat, but this is the general area that my entire starter base is going to go in. I know it looks kind of large. It's going to be more of a sprawling base, not necessarily some massive monument or anything. But as we could see in places like this, I have a lot of terraforming to do here. I want to connect this body of water over to this with a little river, meaning that just like my hardcore world, I am going to be living on an island. But I think it looks so nice to just have a small bridge connecting these two, and then we can expand out our base that way later. The problem now is I do have to connect this up and make it look nice, and I am completely out of dirt. Also, a dog has spawned, and I love getting distracted. No, stop. No rain. It rains every 2 seconds in this world. Perhaps it's a sign that I'm supposed to name this dog something to do with the rain. I say that now knowing completely well I will not remember to do that. However, it is time to go check on our iron farm. Has it been producing the entire time that we've been at our base? Oh, I'm just messing with you guys. I already moved it into here. Oh, I have some dirt. So now iron should not be a problem for us. However, food still is. Also, I don't know what mod I have installed that makes some fish bigger and smaller than others, but I like it. I collected a stack of fish, so hopefully that'll keep us fed for a little while. Normally in a Minecraft world, I don't really race to get diamonds, but I do think that having Silk Touch, Efficiency, and Unbreaking would help a lot with the resource collection. And so I'm thinking we might actually want to go looking for some diamonds if we can find a good... Oh, you're joking. You see what that is? We've spotted diamonds from the surface. Now I just need to somehow get to them, preferably safely. Out of instinct, I went and started mining iron, and then I remembered thank you, Dripstone. I really don't even have to mine iron. Whoa. Just so you guys are aware, if I manage to die down here, it is... more diamonds. It's not a skill issue, okay? Normally, I would have a shield in my offhand, but since I actually want you guys to be able to see what's going on, I am using a torch. Therefore, if I die, it is actually your fault. Now, here is the unfortunate truth. I probably shouldn't mine these. We have 4 diamonds. We need 3 for the pickaxe, 2 for the enchantment table. And if I get fortune, I'd much rather double or potentially triple the diamonds down here, but it is so painful just leaving these diamonds behind. If I mess this up, do I survive this fall? Let's find out. Ooh, you would never catch me doing stuff like that in a hardcore world. Oh, diamond? What's that? Diamond? Yeah, we're gonna be coming back here with fortune. Oh, more diamond. Okay, we are set on diamond. Oh, what is this? Why there's so many of you? Stop. No, I don't want to fight. Is there a spawner down here? Nope, not a spawner, but there's more diamonds. Ooh, sitting lava. That is actually exactly what I'm looking for, as we need some obsidian. I totally expect a creeper to drop on my head while I'm in here, but it's okay, because that'll be really funny for you guys when it happens. So that was a very short, yet very successful mining spree. We can go right ahead and craft our enchanting table, though unfortunately, I can't make the bookshelves yet. And since a lot of this is gonna get terraformed, I'm actually just gonna put the enchantment table over here for now. That way, once I get the bookshelves, I won't have to move it 50 different times without having Silk Touch. I think it's time that we put another blemish on this landscape. It has been quite a while since I built one of these sorts of farms, if you could even call it that. So I'm hoping that I'm doing it correct. Essentially, we just put at least 2 cows in here, and then we need to get a wall on top of them, which is not gonna be so easy. And I think we can remove these. Then we feed the cows wheat, they breed. Eventually, we'll start entity cramming, and we'll get leather in this chest. While I wait for those cows to grow up, I think I'm going to start trying to terraform this area. Not gonna do anything crazy, I just want to try and get the basic shape in. Many mementos later, we have some basic terraforming done. But before we get to that, almost more importantly, I just noticed this. Look, okay, ready? Dog, follow me, please. Thank you. Right over here. Okay, sit down. How did I get a dog and a cat in the same flavor? I feel like the odds of that are pretty unlikely. However, if we just do a quick fly around this island, we can see it's all been smoothed out. I kind of got a basic river shape in. I'm gonna work with it more. This is kind of just the basic foundation, but I am happy enough with how the island currently looks where I could actually build my base on top of it. Then over time, we can go through, add more details, smooth it out and whatnot. I just remembered that the main reason I was doing all of that was to burn through some time so that we can get some leather for an enchantment table. And I'm happy to say that this farm is now in production. We have ourselves 24 leather, and that gives us 8 whole bookshelves. Okay, so I took the liberty of writing out some of the basic materials we're gonna need for this build. There will be more besides just that, but then I made a place for us to store it. Some of these will be completely filled, like cobble, deep slate, and all of the sand chests, but that should help me stay a bit more organized, because now I could do stuff like this. We have all of the oak logs we're gonna need. I will then get rid of this. And then even after chopping down an entire forest, we still don't have quite enough birch logs. Though at this point, I am just kind of waiting to do some enchanting. And in case you were wondering how the iron farm is doing, it's doing pretty well. I guess that kind of shows just how long I spent on terraforming. Ooh, and I almost forgot to show you guys this. This is a skeleton for what will be a future bridge. I have absolutely no idea what this is going to look like other than probably this sort of a curve, because from the other side, I don't want the bridge itself to block the build, but I do want it to have a bit of an arch. And I think I want it to be red. That's all I know. So perhaps some mangrove wood will be used, or even brick? I don't know. And here we have it, our final bookshelf needed for the full enchantment table. Now, there is a small issue. If we throw our diamond pick in, we only have efficiency 4 guaranteed. I would prefer it to say at least silk touch or fortune. So I'm gonna do some enchantment cycling until I see that. Okay, we have silk touch as an option. I'm gonna call it now. That's only gonna give me silk touch. But now I need to find a way to get up to level 30. Somehow, I cannot remember how you usually get XP in the early game, but my idea is maybe I could just do some trading. And here's the thing. I have a mod that lets me cycle the trades like this, which is so nice. But if I do that, then in my statistics, the number of times that I break a lectern is not gonna go up. And so even though it's way more time consuming to do it this way, for the sake of my statistics, I think I'm gonna try it. Because I mean, this is a forever world. I wanna see huge numbers when I look in those statistics. Ooh. Actually, I was honestly hoping for silk touch, fortune, or mending, but I don't think I can pass up on efficiency 5, especially when there's a paper trade. And with the discount we've gotten from trading, I can get ourselves 1 efficiency 5 book. Also, yes, I do have a resource pack that changes the look of all these books. It's supposed to help make them a bit more identifiable, but I don't know what any of them look like, so this really tells me nothing. It just looks cool. I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but I'll see you when I am a level 30. All right, so we've had a small change of plans. As you can see, I did hit level 30 by trading with villagers. I didn't know that toolsmiths would accept iron in trade for emerald. And as you may be aware, we have infinite iron. So even though these trade prices have gone up so much because of how much I'm doing them, I still don't really even mind. And then look at this. Look at, ooh, diamond pickaxe. Silk touch. So even though the enchantment table might have gotten us efficiency, unbreaking, and silk touch, I made the executive decision to just buy a bunch of the silk touch pickaxes instead. I also got some more of the efficiency 5 books and then a bunch of diamond shovels for when I have to get a ton of sand. I also cycled our enchantment table until we saw fortune 3. So we will enchant this and it is just fortune 3. But this is about to be the fun part. I brought a silk touch pick. I'm just gonna go around and grab all the diamonds that we saw earlier and hope that I do not die in the process. Ah, the guardian of the cave entrance is here. I don't like this environment for fighting in. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I'm an expert. I don't know about you guys, but I think 26 diamond ore is pretty good, considering I got all of this from just walking around in the caves. And our total is just under 1 stack of diamonds. Then I'll just disenchant one of our silk touch pickaxes, re-enchant it with just unbreaking. We're getting very lucky with these enchantments here. But fortunately for us, we can combine these to get unbreaking and fortune, then plop down the efficiency 5 and a boom. All we're missing now is mending. With that, it is time to go out into the world and start getting some of our materials gathered. The 2 materials that we're gonna go after first are spruce and dark oak saplings. And if I remember correctly, I saw some spruce trees in this direction. Oh, and here they are already. Spruce saplings acquired. Although I did see there's a mushroom there, which means that is probably dark oak. I expected to be looking for this for hours. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I just came over here, chopped down one of the giant spruce trees, was waiting to get the spruce saplings, and then realized I came here for dark oak. And the only reason that I even realized is because I was preparing to say spruce saplings acquired, and then I realized, I think I just said that. Dark oak saplings acquired. The next material we need isn't one that I'm gonna need a ton of, but it's probably the one that I am most afraid to collect. As first off, we gotta go back down into the caves, arriving at our pool of lava. Are you kidding me? The guardian of the cave is back. I was joking when I called it that, but I think it actually is. Don't blow up. Don't blow up. You're gonna ruin how this looks, even though it's not like perfect. Okay, well, You know, that's actually exactly what I wanted. I know this is going to make it take so much longer, but since I am going to take a trip to the Nether, I do not want to risk losing, more importantly, the fortune pick. The silk touch ones I could just get back. So let's find out what kind of spawn we have. Okay. This is not the worst. I don't have any gold armor on, I just remembered. I do not like the crimson forests. They are quite dangerous. Hey, buddy. Oh. Wow, I'm strong. We are here because I need blackstone. Though I must admit, I don't think I've ever used blackstone in a build. And so I don't really remember how to get it. I think bastions are made out of it. Could I look it up? Yeah, but where's the fun in that? I thought mining this way would be the right way to go, but I think I may have been incorrect. Okay, I switched our shader pack. This one gives us much better visibility. And if we bring our gaze over this way, there is blackstone and also what looks to be another fortress. If I fall in lava right now, how sad will I be? Hopefully, I won't have to find out. I'm just gonna go on the record and say, I don't like being in the Nether. Yes, this is not hardcore, but I would much rather just stay in the overworld. This is the price I pay for wanting to create fake shadows within my build. For the rest of the materials, I think we'll try to put this into a bit of a montage. So let's get it started. Okay, that was an experience. I took some notes as I was gathering everything so I would remember to tell you guys stuff. First up, it's somewhere in here, don't worry, I'm very organized. As I was collecting all of my sand, and fun fact, efficiency 1 is not an insta-mine on sand, but I bred some turtles specifically so I can make the turtle shell helmet. This is my favorite helmet in the entire game, and usually it's a massive pain to get. But since I was spending so much time gathering sand anyways, it was really easy. I'm just not gonna wear it until I have mending because I don't want it to break. Also, I would like to announce I cannot do math because once again, I don't know how this always happens. I did out the math multiple times and I needed in my head this much sand. I don't need this sand. I probably need about this much, and now I have all of this extra, but I'm not complaining. I'd much rather have extra materials like all this gravel that I apparently don't need. However, on the flip side of the spectrum, I did not calculate enough spruce, so I had to go and chop down more trees. I did have plenty of dark oak, and trapdoors are so expensive. I also had to go back and get more deep slate after what you saw, and I even took the liberty to replace all of this dark oak to strip it all, which I should have just stripped it as I was cutting down the trees. Definitely gonna do that instead next time. But I think out of all of this, the worst thing I had to get were these, the bamboo trapdoors. I spent a good 2 to 3 hours just running in a straight line until I found bamboo, and it was only a couple. And I did plan on recording the moment that I found the bamboo, but it was so far away that by the time I got there, I forgot. However, we are ready to start building our starter base on a day 138. Okay, actually scratch that. Day 139. So before we just go and jump into another time lapse, I want to go ahead and just put down the outline of the area we're going to build in. So now we can see just how big this is going to be. I'll just throw the camera into the sky really quick. And this is the outline of our starter base. Oh, and also, as I was just collecting gravel, deep slate, and whatever else was underground, I found 60 diamond ore. I genuinely might never have to go mining specifically for diamonds. With that being said, I think it's time to jump into this build. That took forever. You get it? Because it's forever world. It took forever. Let me just show you the build. I went back and forth so many times trying to decide if I actually wanted to put this wall in, because obviously my original design did have it, but then when I didn't build the wall yet, because I built it last, I kind of liked how it looked. But there are reasons as to why I built the wall, and we'll get into that later. Also, first, yeah, I forgot that I did that. A lot of mobs were coming across this bridge, so I had to stop that. But what I was gonna say was, before we go in, I know I did mention that this took forever to build, which, I'm kind of joking, kind of not. We are now on day 212, but I genuinely enjoyed building this so much. As we can see, this is the main entrance, no door, which is why we cannot have mobs coming across that bridge. And that's also why I went ahead and did the multiple layers of moss carpet thing. So mobs will not go across this barrier. Spiders cannot get up this wall. So other than Enderman teleporting in, we should be safe from mobs or pillagers spawning in here, because that can still happen. But I love this. I love this so much. Also, in the time lapse, you may have seen me go around placing walls with lanterns on top of them. They are gone, because especially with shaders, as you can see, the lamps glow, and having little glowing balls all over the place, I didn't like how it looked. Initially, I got rid of those and then tried to hide glow lichen around, but it kind of looks a bit too obvious. So in some of these, that is not one of them. Maybe this one? Yes, okay. I went down a couple blocks, placed a torch, and then did this with the moss carpet. So at nighttime, it's not glowing too much, but it glows just enough where it looks like this lamp has a larger light radius. And I tried to hide those around. So in theory, everywhere in these walls is completely spawn-proofed. And on the roof, we have glow lichen to prevent spawning. At first, in all of these little sections, I just had some flowers, but they looked too random and out of place. So I went back and added some dort? Yes, some dort, coarse dort, and rooted dort. And don't ask me what this is. I don't know. It kind of looks like an iron golem head. I just wanted some sort of fountain feature here, and I started placing blocks and got that. I may change that out at some point, but it's here for now. Back here is just more trees and nature. So we are going to instead head inside, where we have a fully not finished interior. I do like this though. This little entryway, very nice. You take off your shoes, you put them in there, even though there's really no point, and then you can't really put them in there, but it's the imagination. The only places where there are torches in this entire area are the spots where I have not yet spawn-proofed it with other means. So all through here, we could see I have lanterns in the windows. That spot needed a torch, and then I think there's 2 in that area, but everywhere else has no torches because I always spam them everywhere and never actually go back to replace them, and I did not want that happening in this world. I really want to try to finish things once I start them. So even over here, this looks so dark, but I have a mod that shows me light levels, and this will not allow for mobs to spawn. Then we come to the back of the build. This is, it's interesting. We will never go in here because yeah, no. Also, I should mention, I do not have shelves in this world yet. I'm on version 1.21.8. After this video, I will probably go ahead and update this world, which means a lot of stuff here probably could get replaced with shelves and look a lot better. No, not again. Oh, wait, actually, this is perfect. I have a mod that redoes rain sounds. Listen to this. You hear that? That is just like such a nice sound. Well, I guess the rest of this tour is in the rain. We got ourselves a little garden that doesn't actually produce any sort of crop. We have more trees. This, I want to build a bee farm in. I have never once built a honey farm in Minecraft, and I want to do it so badly right now, but I'm gonna wait until next episode. Then here is our koi pond, which unfortunately, we don't have koi fish in this game, but we do have salmon, and they really like being up here for some reason. As for this structure, I'm not too sure what I'm gonna put in there yet, but it's a decent sized space, and I don't need this many torches in here. Another garden there, and more trees back here. Last minute, I did come in and add some wheat in this area. I don't know if I'll keep it long term, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to have a wheat area inside of my base, and I think it'll look nice when it's fully grown. But I love this spot. The sounds of the rain looking out into our private garden, it is just so peaceful. It's so relaxing. I do want to talk about some stuff in the build, but I need the rain to stop to show it off better. So first, we'll come back to our garden because I want to talk to you about this wall. Throughout the process of building this, I was watching so many videos about Japanese architecture, Japanese gardens, why they do what they do, how they build them, why they build them that way. And with walls, usually comes the idea of borrowed views. As we can see, From above this wall, we don't have a view of anything but the sky. But essentially, they use the walls almost like a picture frame. So if I were to build, say, a mountain in this area in the future, then from inside, we could frame the mountain in a really nice way. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I just like knowing that I'm completely safe from every mob in the game, especially since we're not using any doors in any of these buildings. So a creeper technically could just walk right in. But now that the sun is actually coming up and we can see our iron golem head a lot better if we use our flying cam, I tried to create a lot of artificial shadows. As we could see, I mixed in some blackstone and then deep slate tiles going out to cobble deep slate and then tough at the brightest spots. And I tried to keep that consistent around the entire build. I really don't like the glow lichen texture on the roof, but it's a lot better than torches. And I also did similar things with the walls using stripped birch logs, the 2 types of sandstones, and regular sand, just to try and give it some more depth without actually having to add more blocks. And I tried to extend that to the trees as well. You can see in some spots there are dark oak leaves where I assume light would hit these trees a little more, and then the rest is just spruce leaves. I very much enjoyed this build. I could so easily keep playing and building, but I need to stop myself. Next episode, honey farm is going in there. I'd like to have some kind of an interior, or at least move all of my stuff in here. I definitely want to build a nice bridge and ideally do a whole lot more. If you enjoyed this video, I would very much appreciate it if you would just, consider hitting that like button, maybe subscribing. But with that being said, I shall see all of you guys next time.